Welcome to this short talk on my Shakti Yoga Nidra meditation called The Effulgent Light of the Guru Within. This experience unfolds as a gentle descent into your own luminous essence, where the living current of Shakti elevates your inner world and draws you toward the brilliance of Shiva consciousness. As your system becomes quiet and receptive, the old structures of identity soften and your awareness expands into a field where you can sense the unmistakable presence of your inner guru guiding you. This session becomes a journey into trust, openness, and devotion to your higher self, a devotion that rises naturally when the mind settles and the heart remembers its true nature. As your breath begins to deepen, subtle shifts awaken inside the nervous system, creating a feeling of spaciousness and relief. You sense that tension once held in the body is loosening, as though the inner world is making room for light to enter. These shifts are not forced. They arrive gently like a soft tide reshaping the shore. Within this quiet transformation, old layers of fear or confusion fall away, making space for clarity to blossom. You begin to feel the sacredness of your own presence, the warmth of your own inner truth emerging from beneath years of patterned conditioning. The beauty of this practice is that you are not striving for enlightenment. You are simply returning to what has always been here. As the mind relaxes and the breath steadies, you sink into the silent spaces beneath thought, where impressions dissolve and grace fills the subconscious with peace and luminous awareness. In that spacious stillness, the heart opens naturally. A gentle devotion arises from within, not directly outward toward an external source, but toward the living truth inside your being. This is where the Guru within speaks, not in words, but in presence. When this light begins to shine through, it offers a feeling of profound inner alignment. You notice that your breath carries wisdom, your heartbeat carries rhythm, and your awareness carries an unbroken connection to something sacred. The radiance of pure presence dissolves separation and reveals the truth that has lived in you since the beginning. In this remembrance, devotion becomes effortless, gratitude becomes spontaneous, and insight becomes clear and grounded as natural expressions of your awakened state. As you prepare for this Yoga Nidra, you make your way into a comfortable reclined position and allow your body to settle into the surface beneath you. The earth supports you fully. The eyes are closed softly, shielding you from the outer world and opening you to the inner one. Every part of your physical form begins to unwind. The jaw releases, the shoulders soften, the belly relaxes, the hips grow heavy. There is a feeling of being welcomed exactly as you are. You let your breath flow without effort and sense that even this simple act of arriving is a doorway into presence. In the stillness of your posture, your awareness naturally becomes inward facing. The body slows its pace, the mind softens its edges, and you feel the subtle invitation to surrender into a deeper state. As your attention relaxes, you notice that your breath becomes a gentle guide leading you inward, moment by moment. What begins as physical relaxation soon becomes a shift in consciousness, where you feel supported by the energy holding you from within. You settle into this inner sanctuary, knowing you are exactly where you need to be. As the body rests deeply, the sense of importance placed on outer distractions begins to fade. You discover how liberating it feels to allow yourself to be fully present, doing nothing, simply existing. In that simplicity, your awareness sharpens. You feel the breath as a soft wave rising and falling. You sense warmth where the body touches the ground. You notice subtle vibrations, tingles, and currents of energy moving through the subtle energetic field. This attentive presence prepares you for the deeper stages of the practice. When you fully arrive in this stillness, a calm knowing arises there is nothing more valuable that could offer yourself right in this moment. This moment becomes a doorway into the depth of your being. You experience your body as a vessel for awareness, the breath as a pathway into inner space, and the quiet as a friend inviting you into truth. From this grounded presence, the journey into the light of the Guru within begins. The practice then guides you into alternate nostril breathing, a sacred pranayama known as Nadi Shodhana. You place your hands gently at your nose and move the breath through one channel and then the other, creating a sense of balance deep within the subtle energy body. Each inhalation feels like a soft cleansing, each exhalation like a release. The life force rises and falls with rhythm and intelligence, restoring harmony to the inner systems. As this rhythm stabilizes, you begin to feel the breath as more than air moving in and out. It becomes a current of prana, an expression of Shakti herself flowing through you. The nervous system quiets. The mind becomes clear and steady. The energy body opens its channels, allowing the breath to move freely where it needs to go. This balanced breathing naturally shifts your awareness towards the third eye, where intuition awakens and insight and unfolds. You sense energy gathering gently in the space between the eyebrows, signaling that the inner journey is deepening. When you lower your hand and breathe normally again, the interior world feels lighter, more coherent. The breath moves on its own, spacious and effortless. You feel like you are being breathed by something greater than your individual will. This soft, intuitive breath draws you inward with ease. You become aware of an inner brightness forming a subtle glow at the center of your awareness. You rest in that glow and allow it to guide you forward. With every cycle of breath, your energy aligns more deeply with your higher self. The connection between body and mind strengthens. The prana flows rhythmically and clearly. You sense that something is sacred is unfolding in this stillness, a remembrance of your own innate wisdom. This balanced breathing becomes the bridge connecting you to the inner radiance of the Guru within. Now your awareness shifts from breath to sensation. You return inward completely, retreating from the outer world and exploring the inner realm of the subtle energy body. Sounds fade into the background as your attention becomes attuned to the quiet hum of energy moving within you. You feel currents of sensation that you may not have noticed before, gentle vibrations, warmth, or spaciousness. The body becomes a landscape of awareness, alive and responsive. As you observe these sensations, areas of tightness or resistance may arise. Instead of avoiding them, you breathe into them with patience and curiosity. These sensations are simply remnants of old patterns or unprocessed emotions, and by acknowledging them gently, you invite them to soften and release. You are witnessing the shadows that have lived in your subtle energy body, the stored tension accumulated over time, sometimes across lifetimes. With each breath, these shadows become lighter, dissolving in the presence of awareness. You sense the grace of Shakti flowing through you, touching every place that once held contraction. Her presence is healing, loving, and profoundly intelligent. She moves where she is needed without effort on your part. You feel the soft waves of her energy making space inside of you, creating openness where there was once density. This is the moment where devotion rises, not as an action, but as a natural response to the presence of divine energy. As the inner body opens, you begin to sense an upward lift in your awareness. It feels as though the energy is guiding you gently toward a higher field of consciousness. You are being carried toward communion with the luminous self. This is not imagined, it is felt. The energy of Shakti awakens your inner guru, the guiding intelligence within your consciousness that knows what is your attention, and now how it moves the energy body in a simple flow from left to right. You notice the left foot, the right foot, the left ankle, the right ankle, and so on. This movement of awareness creates a balance within your subtle energy, harmonizing each area as it is acknowledged. You sense warmth or tingling or perhaps simple presence. The inner body begins to vibrate with life. From the crown of the head to the base of the spine, you follow the gentle zigzag awareness. You imagine the energy weaving back and forth, creating a unified field of consciousness within the energy body. This horizontal pathway awakens the subtle system and creates coherence in your energetic structure. It feels like the entire interior world is aligning and opening and communicating. The breath follows this pattern, expanding you softly on the inhale and grounding you on the exhale. At the base of each exhale, you notice your heartbeat extended through the energy body, sending a pulse of awareness into the subtle energetic field. This pulse feels like a reminder that every part of you is connected. You sense yourself as a vessel for life energy, a radiant being made of vibration and light. With this awareness, you begin to feel the deeper truth of your existence. The advanced yogis who discovered the nature of the subtle energy body were not describing an idea. They were speaking from direct perception. Matter dissolves into energy, and energy becomes vibration. Vibration reveals consciousness, and consciousness reveals the divine essence that you are. The separation between your physical form and your spiritual nature dissolves. You experience yourself as an expression of the universal light. As these micro awakenings ripple through your nervous system, you feel a deepening sense of connection to your higher self. The inner guru becomes unmistakably present. You rest in the awareness, letting it guide you without effort. You know through direct experience that you are aligned with truth. The practice begins to reshape your inner identity, not through effort, but through recognition. As affirmations arise in your awareness, they are not instructions, but revelations. You sense the old layers of self that once held doubt fading away. The new sense of self emerges naturally, already present beneath the surface. You realize you do not need perfection to experience truth. You simply need presence. As the old patterns dissolve, you feel the expansion of consciousness happening inside of you. The mind, body, and spirit begin to harmonize. The gratitude arises within the heart. The inner guidance grows clearer and more grounded. Your subtle body integrates the wisdom offered to it, responding to Shakti with openness and sensitivity. Each layer of the body and mind begins to feel softer, clearer, and more attuned. The vibration within you becomes lighter. Joy begins to rise quietly, like a gentle current moving through your awareness. You sense compassion for yourself growing naturally. You inhabit your body with ease, feeling the vibration of your inner light shining without obstruction. These unfolding realizations feel like a homecoming. They feel like your inner identity is not built on past stories or patterns, but that it's built on presence. This new sense of self feels familiar, peaceful, and empowered. You rest in its truth. The practice now guides you into an even deeper layer of stillness. You sink into the subconscious ocean where thought no longer moves. This space is vast, silent, and timeless. You feel impressions dissolving, tensions melting, and wounds softening. The subconscious becomes filled with light and spaciousness. Grace enters the places that once closed. In those depths, there are no division between past and future. There's only presence. You resting in the eternal moment where all healing originates. Your cells begin to feel lighter. Old karmic patterns release from the subtle energy body. Joy rises from within your being. The nervous system drinks in peace and stability. A profound sense of safety surrounds you. You sense the communion between your higher self and your conscious mind. The guru within reveals insight and clarity, not through thought, but through presence. Gratitude flows through you naturally, as though your entire being recognizes the sacredness of this moment. You remain in this stillness, feeling the grace of Shakti weaving through every layer of your being. Peace fills you. Awareness surrounds you. The inner light shines gently, but unmistakably. From this stillness, a gentle radiance begins to emerge. It is the light of your own awareness, the effulgent glow of the guru within. This light expands naturally, dissolving the illusion of separation. It reveals the essence of who you are truly. You feel guided beyond the restless mind and into the depth of awareness where truth is self evident. This illumination becomes an inner communion, a quiet meeting between your individual consciousness and the vast field of Shiva consciousness. You feel held, guided, and supported by this inner radiance. You rest in this clarity, allowing it to nourish your awareness. As the practice comes towards closing, you begin to rise slowly. Your awareness returns to the rhythm of your breath. You feel your body lying on the earth. Your fingers and toes begin to move. You stretch gently, awaken from a deep inner journey. You roll onto your side and rest for a moment. And when you sit up, you notice how different you feel. Your breath is calm. Your mind is spacious. Your presence is grounded and clear. You return with a deeper acceptance of yourself, a stronger awareness of the truth, and a radiance that feels unmistakably alive. With your hands at your heart, you sense the light within you, pulsing softly with each breath. It expands naturally, filling your heart, your mind, and your subtle field. You feel it stretching outward, touching others with warmth and clarity. You sit in this awareness that is the light, and it's yours. It's the universal light that flows through all beings. Each breath nourishes your awareness. Each exhale blesses the world around you. You carry this luminous presence into your life, letting it guide your words, your choices, and your relationships. You rise from this practice knowing that the effulgent light of the Guru within continues to illuminate your path moment by moment as the living presence within your heart.